recently co-authored accounting theory textbook. By the way, it is a very popular textbook that has been adopted by many universities for their teaching of the theory course. In accounting fields, there has been a well-observed gap between the accounting practice and accounting research, and the accounting theory course intends to narrow the gap. And in your view, Pat, what is the accounting theory course for the education of the undergraduate and master accounting students in terms of helping them to narrow the gap?
Well, okay, thanks for asking about the book. I was so honored when Bill Scott asked me if I would co-author this edition of his very, very successful textbook. It is, there's no question about it, Bill's textbook, and I was helping with this edition. That said, it was really, again, a great learning experience for me, not having written that kind of textbook. I'd been co-author on some smaller things, but that sort of textbook. And actually digging into it and seeing the brilliance of what he put together originally. I think that for undergraduates particularly, master's students perhaps as well, who are aiming for careers in accounting, whether it is a management accounting, whether they're going to be preparers of financial statements, whether they're going to be using it in internal contexts, whether they're going to be auditors or some other kind of accounting profession. This idea that the accountant's role in a market economy is to create the trust in information that allows markets to do what they need to do and contracts to do what they need to do, for people to get information that they can trust. That is sort of the premise of the book. First, it has to lay out, however, why it's a problem. Why might you not trust the information that the manager gives you if they're following accounting standards and so forth? What is the need for accountants to do something beyond what the manager might be doing? I think that idea and the sort of step-by-step building up of that idea through, okay, here's the framework that we've got in the market economy. Here's the need for the information. Here's why the information might not be trustworthy. Here's how we can address that issue, some various ways we can address that issue, and ways that we might still need some other solutions. So I think that first of all, that it's a Waterloo homegrown product, I love. I don't think that there exists another book in the world that lays out that framework, that role of the accountant for society as a whole, for the market economy as a whole, and puts it in context. I think that so many of our other courses focus on how to do things, how to account for things. And, they do raise these problems and these questions, but I think that actually articulating what the accountant's role is in the whole picture, the big picture, is the real triumph of that book. And so I was just super, super pleased to be a part of it.
A follow-up question is, what about after students' graduation? Let's say we teach them the big picture about the supply and demand of the financial reporting information in market economies, and it helps the economy. And then with that knowledge, with that big picture, how will it help students in their future career development?
Well, I hope that it will make them better and more thoughtful accountants who take their role to be something other than this is the task I've got today, and this is what my paycheck, who pays my paycheck, to think about these issues of integrity of the system and the process, the role that society, the value that society imbues to what they're doing. I hope that makes them to be better accountants. That's a hope.